Nah, this card sucks. Ain't even gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. It has taken a number of hits since it was originally announced though. Regardless of all that, it is absolutely carried, backpacked by one of the most intriguing main events ever, low-key. Sean Strickland vs. Dricus du Plessis for the middleweight title. A sentence that I never in my life thought I would say, and I definitely ain't think that the pairing would be this interesting. The more I've personally tried to sit and think about how I believe the fight gonna go, the more it has absolutely fried my brain. But it ain't just me. Streets also seem pretty torn about this one too. So I'll just start with the things that I think that I know. Sean Strickland, super fundamental, textbook. Marches you down at a solid pace behind that Philly shell, his jab, and the occasional teep right to your belly. He's very defensively sound, and it honestly does start with his great eyes. He seems to see just about everything. He parries a whole lot, the leverage blocking be on 100, all that. And one of his biggest calling cards is his cardio. The pace he shows you off the rip, he will maintain for however long the fight lasts. Okay, now for Sir du Plessis. He's so awkward and just nasty. But that is honestly one of the biggest reasons for his success. He's one of the best wrestlers and grapplers in the division. 185 is pretty weak in both them departments, but Dricus is quite solid in both regards. Got a lot of different takedowns in the Duffy, as well as submissions. And he is also a true student of the game, bringing some phenomenal game plans to the table, showing to have at least an above average IQ. And he is just a big dude, mauling and tossing people around. Now, the real thing that make this matchup so crazy is that both these boys have some massive question marks around their games, and their opponents are fighters that could perfectly exploit these potential weaknesses. Hear me out. For Strickland, is his wrestling and grappling gonna be up to par to hold off Dricus? Nah, streets say, oh, Sean's a better grappler than he is a striker type. Cause if he is lacking in them aspects, or he just ain't good enough, he might be doomed. Now he has shown some pretty decent things in the past, but he ain't just fought an abundant amount of wrestlers, so we don't really know. And for Dricus, it's his cardio. I don't know what it was that used to be wrong with his nose, but he done had surgery and apparently he can breathe now, so obviously we ain't just sure cause he beat up on Robert Whitaker too fast before he could even potentially start to slow down. But say he hypothetically does still have cardio issues. If he can't get Sean out of there within 2, then he might be doomed. So it's like, bro. Now, this is the case with any fight, but specifically right here, it's just trying to determine what you think is more plausible to happen. And for me, I'm going to go with Deshaun Strickland to retain his belt. I think he's going to be looking to walk down Dricus just like everybody else. And in them closer ranges, I think that Sean does have the advantage. Also, Dricus ain't one who really like to just move backwards. He ain't really the same on the back foot. Same could be said about Sean though. Dog, this fight about as 50-50 as it get. Boy, it could go so many different ways. But yeah, I'm going to go with Sean and I'm going to stick with it. Rest of the card, cheeks fam, I ain't lying. The co-main has Raquel Pennington and Myra Bueno Silva for the bantamweight title. Raquel Pennington do have a lot of my respect. She a vet in the game, real gritty and tough. Good boxing too. I do think Bueno Silva might beat up on her a little bit though. Now Raquel do have the experience. She been here before, but I'm still going with Bueno Silva. The hometown hero Mike Malot's featured again. I like him over Neil Magny. He is quite the big favorite though, ain't he? Jesus Christ. And the last joint I'll focus on is Arnold Allen vs. Movsar Evliev, which is opening the card even though it's probably the second best fight here, but whatever. As I mentioned when it got announced, it's a big step up for Evliev, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hang. Evliev is a really good grappler, and I do think he has the advantage there, but he is severely outmatched on the feet. His stand-up ain't really shown to be the best in the past, and Arnold Allen definitely got the power, speed, and the footwork to take advantage. So I am going with Arnold Allen. Yeah, like I said, this card ain't really hitting like that. On paper, at least. But them always do be the ones that come through the most, so I'ma chill.